up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and you're watching the Red Cup Podcast, where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks, because this is where truth, pop culture, and politics meet. And it is Tuesday, and we're ready to get into it because it's a lot going on. What's going on, everybody out there? What's going on in the chat? What's up? What's up, you guys? Hi, Magnustar. How are you? What's up, Ian? What's up, ABJ? What's up, Shane? What's up, your car? What's up, Ski Report? Hey, Jennifer. How are you, darling? What's going on, everybody? Y'all having a good Tuesday? Let me know in the chat. Hi. Unknown. Okay, level unknown. All right. What's going on, AJ Wise? Y'all coming in? Y'all coming in? I see y'all. Brother OG, what's going on? I'm having a fabulous Tuesday, other than the fact that I am a little sick. Okay, so if you guys see that little string hanging out my coffee mug, it's because I have a tea bag. I'm a little sick, okay? I'm a little under the weather, but I'm trying to beat it. So we're going to beat it today. What's going on? Hey, Red Dragon. Yeah, you guys. So I know you guys see me sitting all the way up. So I am at a table. I don't know if you can hear that, but I am at a table, okay? So I decided to go ahead and get a desk and, you know, have all of my things out here. Like we're reporting the news, okay? What's going on? Hey, Alan. Hey, Rox. So you guys let me know down in the comments if you like the new look. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think it could use this or that. It don't matter because I'm staying at the desk. But I still value your opinion. So let me know, you guys. Yes, I am a little sick. Yes. Hot toddy. I won't be doing this show if I do that. All right, you guys. So we got a lot to get into. And I want to get into, of course, what y'all saw on the thumbnail, which is Israel, and some things that are going on with that. We already know what's happening, but I want to get into that. I also want to get into Chicago. I want to get into NYC. I want to get into The View, you know, our favorite cackling hens. I want to get into a lot of things involving Donald Trump, the liberals, and just the mainstream media, and even a little bit of some of these states that are just going rogue, okay? So I want to get into that. I was trying to let a little bit of you guys come on in and filter on in before I start. It's for health. I know a hot toddy is for health, but if I do it, I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing a show. I'm going to be laid out somewhere. All right, you guys. So welcome to the show. Now, I want to start with one of our favorite people who could have been our commander-in-chief, okay? Like, she really could have been our commander-in-chief. I want to start with a message from Kamala, all right? Here we go.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place. So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right? It's no longer in a physical place. So you're now.
That's one of my favorites by Kamala, okay? It's no longer in a physical drawer. below us, it's in a cloud up above us. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, okay? That's a Kamala special. That's my favorite. But that could have been our president. And with what we're going through right now, I don't think you guys that she would have been good at all, okay? But I want to remind you before we get into Trump, okay, in a little bit, that could have been our president. So you contend with that, okay? Somewhere in the cloud that she's talking about, because I don't know what cloud she's talking about. Anywho, you guys, I want to get into a couple of things. The first thing I want to get into, hey, love, hey, rocks. So the first thing I want to get into, you guys, is a mayoral candidate and the current NYC controller. Okay, the current comptroller of New York City just got arrested, detained, whatever you want to call it, by ICE. When I tell you these Dems cannot stop, they can't stop. Okay, this is their thing. All right, and I think it's because he wants to be a mayor. Okay, he wants to be the mayor of NYC. So I think that's why he did this. But when you guys see this, you're going to be like, what is he doing? Because it made absolutely no sense. I want you guys to see what this politician, who is right now currently the comptroller of NYC, and he's running for mayor. Here we go.
Guys, back up, guys, back up. I understand you're pregnant, but I need you to back up. If you're interfering with this arrest, we're going to be arrested. Back up, guys. Back up, guys.
This is not legal to take someone without a judicial warrant.
Please don't put him in the elevator and then claim you have the warrant.
We don't have a warrant for him.
I will let go when you show me the judicial warrant. Where is it?
So show it. Let us see it. So let us see it. We want to take his warrant.
Please stay back. Stay back. Take him back. Stay back. Step back. Please step back. Step back, guys. Step back. Step back.
You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens. You don't have, I'm not obstructing. I'm standing right here in the hallway. I have to see the judicial warrant.
Please step back.
Asking that you for a judicial warrant.
Step back, guys. You can take
You don't
pictures,
have
but
the
please stay back.
authority to arrest U.S. citizens asking for a judicial warrant.
Stay back, please. Stay back, please.
Press, we go too. Sorry. No way. I'm safe.
All right, you guys. So essentially, what he did was obstruction, just like that judge out in Wisconsin. Okay, that was obstruction. But this one decided that he was going to put his physical body in lockstep with an illegal alien. Okay, his case got dismissed, and he decided to hold the illegal alien arm in arm. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, like when you see him in the beginning here, watch as he locks arms. He's locking arms so that the ICE agents can't get him.
Guys, back up, guys. Back.
I've never seen a politician in my life do this for an American citizen. I've never seen it. You guys let me know if you've seen it. I've never seen it in my life. I've never seen, as a matter of fact, I've never seen a state senator. I've never seen a state representative. I've never seen a federal congressman. I've never seen any of these people actually come down to the courthouse and stop someone from getting arrested. I've never seen it. I'm telling you, there would be plenty of people that would love that are U.S. citizens, okay? Whether guilty or not. I've never seen it. Have you guys seen it? No, never ever? Okay, me neither. Like, I've never seen it. But they go down here to do it for people that should not even be in the country. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Yeah, they're doing the most. ABJ, you're right. They're doing the most. And when I say I've never seen this, it's because how in the world does a group of people that don't contribute financially to this society, okay? I don't care what they're talking about. They pay taxes. No, they don't. You have to have a Social Security number to pay taxes, Okay. And as we see what they do with the social security numbers, they use those so they could get past E-Verify. That's it. Other than that, what are we doing? Exactly what are we doing? Nothing. We're not doing anything. These people want to get reelected by those illegals because I'm telling you, in New York City right now, we know because of AOC, in New York City right now, there's so many of them in the Bronx, in Brooklyn, Queens, places like that. So what are they doing? They are actually becoming a voting demographic. I swear to goodness. And so every politician in New York City is campaigning to the illegal immigrants. Not the black people, not the white people, not even the legal immigrant population. Oh no, they don't care about them. You're already here. They are campaigning to the illegal migrants because these Dem cities or these liberal cities still have a big population. All right. So that's what he did. And he effed around and found out and he got arrested, as you see there. Right. And then they go on to take him down the escalator. All right. Now, after that, the news caught wind of it. So I want you guys to see what the mainstream media had to say about it. And I wanted to go to a liberal source because I wanted you guys to see what their take was on it. Here we go.
Following breaking news here in Manhattan, where New York City mayoral candidate and the city's controller, Brad Lander, was just detained at immigration court. Brad Lander's wife, Meg, posted this video to his account showing him being handcuffed in a federal building. NBC's Julia Ainsley is reporting. Julie, we just came off a conversation about Senator Padilla and his speech on the Senate floor after he was handcuffed. But what happened here?
Well, in this case, the comptroller, Brad Lander, we understand was walking arm in arm with an immigrant who had just had his case dismissed, but ICE was looking to arrest him. This is something I've seen time and time again, where the federal court system might say this person should not be detained, but ICE arrests them again on immigration charges. So in this case, they say that the comptroller, Brad Lander, was in the way, and so they moved to arrest him or detain him, rather. It's not clear if he's been charged or exactly what has happened. In the meantime, we have reached out to ICE and DHS for comment, and we have not heard back. But this is exactly the kind of conflict and clash that we saw previewed by Tom Homan, the border czar, saying that if local officials get in the way of ICE immigration operations, they will be arrested. And that's exactly what you're seeing here happen in real time, Chris.
But I want to make sure that I understand, because you said you've seen this before. An immigrant goes to court. His case is dismissed, meaning what the judge decides is that he should not be detained. And yet when he's being walked out because the judge has ruled in his favor, there's an arrest because ICE wants to take him into custody in spite of what the judge said?
This is confusing because there are two different systems at play here. So an immigrant can go to federal court where they may have been charged with a federal crime, entering the country illegally. A federal judge, which is part of the judicial branch, will say this person should no longer be in the custody of the U.S. Marshals. Then ICE can arrest them on an administrative immigration crime simply for being in the United States illegally, or really just because they can. Sometimes they're arresting people who have asylum cases still pending, but they're withholding them. This is something that we may see come up in a lawsuit in the future. But right now, time and time again, ICE is going into federal court after a judge says this person cannot be detained by U.S. Marshals, and then ICE detains them because that federal judge is only talking about that they can be in, whether or not they can be in the custody of Bureau of Prisons or U.S. Marshals, not ICE.
Julia Ainsley.
In other words, the judge dismissed the case because they can't hold them. And then ICE shows up and ICE takes them, and they can rightfully so detain them, arrest them, whatever you want to call it. They can do it because they're in the country illegally. Sounds about right. Like, I don't understand the problem. They're not in the neighborhoods, places like LA, they don't want to see them in the neighborhood. So why can't they go to the courthouse? So now you have a problem with them being in the courthouse. Oh, they still have asylum cases pending. No. You are here illegally. You came in illegally. So you got to go. I don't understand. What's the problem? Like, what is the problem? It sounds like a good argument. He had his due process, like they like to say, due process, when they're only supposed to get a process, but he had his due process. He saw a judge. The judge said, I can't keep you. They let him go. I said, hey, you here illegally. Let's go. And that idiot went lockstep with a person who's here illegally, is a criminal. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. See, here's my problem with it. When you don't do all of this for your own constituents, and you do this for a group of people that are just sending their money back. Okay, they're sending their money back to Mexico. They're sending their money back to Venezuela. Okay, El Salvador. They're sending it back. But yet, we have to come out of our pockets and pay. Okay? You get arrested, don't nobody care. It's wild. Yeah. Ski report, you're wild. This is what's happening. Okay, this is what's happening. This is America. Okay, where we fight for people who don't even care about this country. We fight for everybody else's flag, apparently, and we fight for everybody but our own citizens. This is America. All right, so you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the NYC controller named Brad Lander. Okay, he's trending all over the place. Brad Lander, he is the NYC comptroller right now, and he's running for mayor of NYC. And he's not going to win because he's running against AOC's boy, Zoran, who's Muslim. And he's a socialist and far leftist. Yeah, he's not going to win against this guy. Okay, Zoran pretty much got it. So you guys let me know what you think about it in the comments and in the chat. All right. What's going on, Joker? Hey, Trace. What's going on, Shadow Dragon? Rocks. Okay. Hey, what's up, Spaces? All right, you guys. So let's move on. So now I want to get into something that was quite disturbing. And I've been telling people this for like maybe 9 months now. I told everybody that there were people that were on the voter rolls in these states because of the DMVs, okay? The DMVs have been actively, and I do mean actively, letting people just come in and get a license. And in some of these states, you automatically go on the voter registration rolls. I did a whole video on that, okay? 300 here, 600 there, 1,200 here. Virginia had a whole big thing about it. You get what I'm saying? So you guys, when I tell you it's a thing, it's a thing. However, this was disturbing because now we have it where illegal immigrants are now driving trucks. How many of y'all out there were trying to get a CDL license and could get one? Or know how hard it is to get their CDL or have to pay out all this money to get a CDL license? Well, these people got it for the low. Okay? They got it for low. And they didn't have to take any test. They just got a license. Now they're out there driving trucks. Okay? You have to speak English to get these licenses. They speak Espanol. You can't make this stuff up. I want you guys to see this. Here we go.
Shortcuts. These were intentional acts of corruption where individuals paid bribes in exchange for skipping critical safety evaluations. The investigation also led us to arrest 5 additional individuals who are acting as brokers running local businesses that claim to assist with immigration paperwork, but instead arranged illegal transactions and funneled aliens from as far away as Miami to obtain licenses fraudulently. Let me be clear that putting untested, unqualified drivers, especially those with commercial licenses, on our roads is an unacceptable risk to every family in this state. These licenses were essentially sold, not earned. That means we have individuals on the road, possibly operating tractor trailers, who never demonstrated the basic skills to do so safely. It's not a paperwork issue. It's a direct threat to highway safety and a betrayal of the public trust. The scope of this investigation: yesterday we seized over $120,000 in illicit proceeds tied to this operation. Evidence suggests that hundreds, if not more than 1,000 fraudulent driver's licenses were issued as part of this scheme. It's been ongoing for over 2 years, and this investigation is continuing to be ongoing and will expand statewide as we work to identify those who receive licenses illegally and hold all parties accountable. Each license issued could result in felony criminal charges for the license holder, and our investigation will be expanded by our state partners to hold these individuals accountable. A search warrant was executed yesterday at a business in Callaway called KAMALA'S, which is involved in processing immigration documents. Again, I want to commend the outstanding teamwork and partnership of our investigators. It's a multi-agency effort with close coordination between law enforcement, the tax collector's office, and other state and local partners. This is the kind of teamwork it takes to root out corruption and protect our citizens. I'd also like to commend our tax collector, Chuck Perdue. As soon as he was made aware of this investigation, he became an investigator himself. He worked with us closely to make sure that these individuals were held accountable. Certainly a difficult situation when individuals in your office choose to do the wrong thing, but the important part is that we hold them accountable when we do that. So Chuck, thank you for your efforts.
What do you guys think about that? A Florida DMV literally gave out CDL licenses, and now they're driving trucks, tractor trailers on the road. Okay. Now, first of all, those things are dangerous. If you don't know how to drive them, like, who's insuring you? So I'm wondering how they have insurance. I'm wondering like all of that stuff. Like how did they get all of that? Like, this has to be a big operation in order to get something like this. Like, this has to be like huge, because it's so much that goes into that. Where are they getting the trucks from? Who are they driving trucks for? Who's hiring them? What corporations are hiring these people? Like, I would like to know all of that, because it seems like at this point right here that the legal migrants, okay, they got to come up. They have to come up. They're getting free money in LA. They get free health care. They're getting all types of housing. They get CDL licenses. I'm telling you guys, if you want a job, just go across the border and come back. Get caught, seek asylum. Boom, you're rich. Right, Ian? Yeah, like, boom, you're rich. Because at this point, that's the only people that are getting somewhere. It's not American citizens. So you guys let me know what you thought about this story here, because I'm telling you, it's going to be more to the story and I'm going to follow up on it. But I thought it was a pretty good story, right? I want to keep my eye on it. So you guys get down in the comments and you let me know what you think about it. All right. So before I move on, let me read some of the super chats and acknowledge some of the people in the building. All right, here we go. Magnetar with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Did somebody say federal? Yeah, I did. The federal agents came and got my man. All right, they got that alien up out of there, and they almost got that senator up out of there. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And Tech via Tony, $9.99 super chat, super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, you guys. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, I am. All right. I see a whole bunch of y'all in the building. What's going on? Hey, Heavy. Hey, Amber. Yeah, I see a bunch of y'all in the building. All right. All right, you guys. So let's move on to this next topic here. All right. Chicago. I know y'all tired of hearing about Chicago, because I'm tired of hearing about it. But Chicago has decided that they are going to double down on giving illegal migrants money. And they even have a little change to throw Black people's way. Okay? They're going to give you reparations. May not be what you want, but they're going to give you reparations. Okay? Because they need your vote. Mayor Brandon Johnson needs your vote. So he's going to do what all Democrats say they're going to do. They're going to give FBA ADL, what is it? ADOS, all those people, everybody. They're going to give Black people in Chicago reparations. But after they do what they need to do with their illegals. Like, you can't make this up, you guys. I want you all to see what Brandon Johnson is up to now. Here we go.
Mayor Johnson, you have paid, though, a political price for your views on immigration and your policy as a, quote, welcoming city, as you describe it. It was very controversial, the plans to shelter migrant workers in Chicago. What is your concern when balancing the politics with your policy?
Yeah, we have to have moral clarity here. Sometimes we do make political decisions as politicians, but sometimes the world calls for a moral clarity. And there were migrants who were used as political pawns, shipped all over the country without any protection. What we have been able to do in Chicago is not only stand up a shelter system that supports all of those who are housed, who have insecurity in their housing. It hasn't stopped us from building more affordable homes on the west and south sides of Chicago, hiring young people, up to 29,000 summer jobs, expanding our mental and behavioral health services, and violent crime is coming down in the city of Chicago. 28% reduction in homicides, 39% reduction in robberies, and 36% reduction in shootings. And so what we're seeing is that you can hold up both. We can make sure that immigrants from around the world are supported, and those who are like me, descendants of slaves who came up through the Great Migration to the North, that we can actually hold to our values to ensure their complete liberation and emancipation. So in other words, in the city of Chicago, we are calling for reparations as well as supporting our immigrant communities.
He's calling for reparations for the city of Chicago for people like him, a descendant of a slave. But he can do that at the same time where he can give out, money to the illegals. You see how that works there, right? You see how that works? Okay. I want you to pay attention. And Quentin, no, I'm not going to bed. I see you. Okay. So he decides that Juneteenth would be the special day that he would get this ball rolling. Okay? The Mohawk mayor says that reparations is essential and that he has more than enough money in Chicago to do this. He hasn't said how he was going to do it, doesn't know. However, he plans on spending $4 million in reparations. I don't know what that's going to do when you split up $4 million. I don't know. However, that's what he said. And here's the rest of what he said. Here we go.
There is work we can do today to repair the harms of the past and build a better future for posterity. We know that historic disinvestment by government and private sector has left too many of our communities, particularly the South and West Side neighborhoods, without control of the assets in our own communities, excluding us from wealth building and opportunities. And that is why today, in collaboration with the Department of Planning and Development, under the leadership of Commissioner Sierra Boatwright, we are proud to announce a historic $4 million investment into community wealth building in the greatest city in the world, the city of Chicago. The Wealth Our Way Capital Grant Program will be administered by Community Desk Chicago. It will fund community-driven wealth building models designed by the very communities that they serve. With up to $500,000 in capital grants per project and $3.5 million reserved for shared ownership models, the investment will put economic power directly in the hands of the community that have been affected by historic slavery.
In other words, you ain't getting no check. Oh my God. So I wanted to show you that because I wanted to show you the difference. Okay. He was just on that other program saying, oh, well, we can do this and we can do that. 3.5 million. When he said that number, I already knew that it was fraudulent, right? And now he's saying that these reparations are going to the community, okay? The community will be getting 3.5 million in investments of wealth building for descendants of slavery, okay? I.e., you're not getting a check. You can't make this stuff up. This man right here is just like the rest of them, okay? What's her name? Bald-headed Ayanna Priestley, okay? She keeps pushing out that HR 40 to study reparations. Y'all have studied this to death, okay? You're either going to give it or you don't. But you've studied this to death. Why you keep bringing it up? Because you're not going to go ahead and give reparations, so why even bring it up? It's because it's election season again, okay? If they're not pandering to the migrants, the illegal migrants, immigrants, aliens, whatever you want to call them, if they're not pandering to them, they're pandering to Black people. The problem is they thought they didn't have to pander to Black people anymore, okay? They thought they had them in a bag. And now they're seeing that a lot of people in Chicago are separating themselves, okay? With Chicago Go Red, all those people at those town halls. I mean, they're tired of Chicago's mayor, all right? Lloyd Lightfoot and all the rest of them. They're tired of them. Rahm Emanuel, tired of them. But this is what Chicago's been going through. And the Black people in Chicago at that. And then to get pushed out by all those migrants, okay? And if you ask me, that's who he's building these things for. Make no mistake. He's going to use Black people as the veil. And then when you lift it up, when he's back in office, it'll be Venezuelans. It'll be El Salvadorians. It'll be Mexicans in those apartments and whatever developments he's talking about, whatever Boys and Girls Club, whatever. Okay? And I'm not talking about Mexican Americans. I'm talking about the ones that just came over the border. Okay? That just crossed the Rio Grande illegally. That's who it's going to be. I'm telling you right now, that's who it's going to be. They do this all the time. But I do think that the Black community, the descendants of slaves, the FBA, all of that is starting to wake up to it. And I hope they don't fall for it. If they put Brandon Johnson back in there, it's a wrap. I'm telling you right now, it's a wrap. Because this is what he's doing. $4 million in grants. Grants of what? Who's getting the money? Who's getting the money? A person of color? Child, please. Yeah, exactly. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about that, because that is wild. That is wild that he would sit there on the other program and say that he was doing reparations, and he's not. He's not doing reparations at all. He's just doing development. He's investing. Has nothing to do with Black people. But he decided to throw that in there because Juneteenth is about to come up and he wants Black people to continue to vote for him and the Democrats. Exactly. Yes, Kay Cooper. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. And let me know what you think about it in the chat, because I'm reading it. All right. All right, you guys, before I move on, let me read some of these super chats, because that's wild right there. $10 from Quentin, my after hours buddy. After hours is a show. Okay, just letting you know. Quentin sent a $10 super chat. Thank you. Go to bed, Mika. No, I will not. Okay. You know my routine. I get up early in the morning and I go to bed early in the morning. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Quentin. Chavez with the $5 super chat. He looks shriveled up like TD Jakes. Have you ever? You know what? TD Jakes is wild. I'm not gonna tell you what I think about TD Jakes. TD Jakes is wild. That's a wild boy. I think him and Diddy had a lot going on. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And Travis with the $5 super chat. I don't know who's more hated in Chi-Town area between this dude and Tiffany Henyard, bro. Let me tell you, Tiffany Henyard is hilarious. I think Brandon takes the cake, though. Okay? Tiffany finessed them people. She did. And thank you for the super chat. She did. She finessed them. But I think Brandon is a little worse. I think so. That's just my humble opinion. You can let me know if you agree or not, but I think Brandon's a little worse. All right. So you guys, I want to get into something that I thought was extremely funny. Okay. So today on The View, as always, we know the cackling hens, okay, the Golden Girls, they don't like Donald Trump. It's already known, okay? They don't like Donald Trump. However, today on The View, they had a special guest. The View had the best immigrant himself. They got all the way up to as high as he can go. They had Arnold Schwarzenegger on, okay? And of course, when they bring anyone on, they want them to say what they want them to say, okay? And of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a what? Republican. However, he's one of the Republicans that they like, I guess, or one of the Republicans that they think will go against Donald Trump, because they like to have Republicans on there to make it seem like they're not biased, but their bias is I don't know what, okay? However, the Golden Girls had him on there, and he did not say what they wanted him to say. As a matter of fact, he cooked, okay? I want you guys to see this. Here we go.
Self, you are an immigrant. You're an immigrant in this country. Yeah. Did you have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing, when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud and happy that I was embraced by the American people like that. I mean, imagine they came over here with the age of 21 with absolutely nothing. And then to create a career like that. I mean, in no other country in the world could you do that. Yeah. Every single thing, if it's my bodybuilding career, if it's my acting career, becoming governor, the beautiful family that I've created, all of this is because of America.
That's true.
And so this is why I'm so happy to see firsthand that this is the greatest country in the world, and it is the land of opportunity.
Now, right now in LA, would no immigrant, no illegal immigrant ever say that? They're flying Mexican flags, okay? Talking about they don't really like America and they can't wait to go back home. Meanwhile, Arnold, who's from Austria, loves America. And this is what he's saying as an immigrant. But you could already see it on their face. Okay. You hear joy, no heart, right? Okay. All right. Continue watching. Watch how the Golden Girls get even more saltier. Here we go.
And I think because I'm such a proud American and a proud immigrant that came to America, I was asked to do, on July 4th, a big speech, the keynote speech at Mount Vernon, where George Washington was laid to rest, and where he lived and all that, to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America, the existence of America. And I will be doing the speech there. They asked me because I'm an immigrant, and there will be 7,000 some people there, and there will be people that will be sworn in and will become citizens that day.
That's great.
So it's really a great celebration. And this is what this is all about, is to celebrate people becoming Americans and coming to America and all that. And so I just think the world of the great kind of a history that we have with immigrants in America. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is.
I don't know if y'all caught that. Sonny was like, yeah, they don't like when you say legal. When you say legal on The View, okay, the Golden Girls, they get a little dry. Okay, Look at Sonny's face. They don't like when you say legal. Legal? What? Legal? Why we gotta do that? That's how they look. Okay? Everybody except for the chick on the end who acts like a Republican, and she's not a Republican, but she acts like it. Yeah. This is what they don't like. Now it gets real. Because Sonny goes in to tap him when he doesn't say what she thought he would say. Watch.
It's the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things in America and they're the foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest, and you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do, rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use.
Did you guys see the hand? That's why I put it up there. I wanted y'all to see the hand. Did you see the hand? I'm going to back it up a little bit.
Guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed.
There's the hand. Right there.
Then to do everything that is the right thing to do, rather.
This is what she's telling him. Like, we can't make this up. We can't make this up. She's absolutely annoying, ABJ. You see that? You see what her hand is doing? She's telling him to be quiet. Like, look. Ridiculous.
Than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America, then I have to give something back. You have a responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America and to pay back to America and to go and do something for your community for no money whatsoever. Give something back to after-school programs, Special Olympics, or whatever it is. Make this country a better place.
Arnold, don't forget.
They are salty. Arnold didn't say what he was supposed to say. Okay? Arnold was supposed to say he don't like Donald Trump. Yeah, I know I'm a Republican. I don't like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is being mean to immigrants. I'm an immigrant. His wife is an immigrant. We all immigrants. Why he don't like immigrants? Okay? That's what he was supposed to say. And that's probably what he said he was going to say. And then he got on here and said different. And I agree. Arnold was cooking. I agree. It couldn't have been me because you touched my arm like that. I'm talking. Yeah, Arnold was cooking. And at the same time, they kept trying. They didn't want to be rude where you can obviously see that they're rude. So they tried to sneak that on in. No, we caught it. We caught it. Okay? No, you're not going to silence him. He's telling you what an immigrant should do. Why would you come here and commit crimes knowing you can go back? Because they don't care. And they knew that Kamala and Joe Biden wasn't going to do nothing. Sleepy Joe's asleep, and Kamala is over there, cooking greens. They knew nothing was going to happen. So they did what they wanted to do. Exactly, Eric. Old man ain't got no filter. He had a point where he going to say what he going to say. So, yeah, that was Arnold, okay, on The View. However, Arnold wasn't done cooking. He said, I feel like cooking this week. And so Arnold took himself over to the unfunny, unpopular to me, Jimmy Kimmel. And he cooked over there. Watch.
I totally agree with you, by the way, Jimmy, because they make it out to like it is a war zone, the whole Los Angeles, the whole city or the county. And the fact of the matter is it's maybe like 0.001% of the area of Los Angeles has problems and there's a protest.
Yeah.
And so I think that this is important for people to know, because I don't want all of a sudden tourism to suffer in Los Angeles because what they see on television, because the media sometimes shows it as if the whole Los Angeles is a big war zone, which is not really the case.
No, none of Los Angeles is a war zone.
This wouldn't happen if the politicians would do the work. Think about it.
Now, what do you mean by that exactly? What do you mean by
that? For decades, almost 4 decades, we have had a problem where they talked about immigration reform, comprehensive immigration reform. But the Democrats and the Republicans, both of the parties, have no interest in solving this problem because they use that to raise money. And so what they do is they just keep pointing the finger at each other, and then they're surprised if all of a sudden we are using our middle finger on them, right? But I mean, it's all bogus, because I think that we can do better than that. Democrats and Republicans, and you know, when they talk about Democrats and Republicans, even though I'm a Republican, I tell you, it is sometimes disappointing. And then I think even just when you look at the symbols of the party, think about that. I mean, the Democrats, donkey, Republicans, elephant. And the donkey's a jackass. And of course, wherever the big animal goes, leaves a pile of dump, right? I mean, so that's the symbols say it all.
Yo, he cooked. And this is what I mean. He went on 2 programs, okay? He went on 2 programs that are ultra liberal, The View and The Golden Girls, okay? And Jimmy Kimmel, all right? And Ratchet Crockett, you know, that's her home now. She goes on there all the time to just babble. But he went on there saying, hey, I don't know what y'all talking about. It's the politicians, including the Republicans. They don't want to solve this problem. And they don't. And the reason why they don't is because they get all the benefits. The big corporations, they get free to cheap labor. Okay. They don't have to pay you uppity Americans. Okay. You all want $15, $20 an hour. Okay. Y'all don't want to pick peaches. Y'all don't want to be in the fields like Ratchet Crockett says. Okay. Can't pay y'all enough to go back to a plantation. So Ratchet Crockett says. So that's what they want. They want to have cheap labor. And so, no, the Republicans aren't going to do anything about it, and neither are the Democrats. That's why Donald Trump had to step in to make them do something. Okay? But the Democrats definitely don't want to do anything. So Arnold is cooking this week. He is cooking. Because I'm telling you right now, at the end of the day, Arnold Schwarzenegger is Republican as it gets. And I think most immigrants that come over here, they are Republican, or they tend to lean conservative if they're independent. Hell, even if they're Democrat, they still have a level of conservatism. That's my honest opinion on that. He's right about the animals. Yeah, he's definitely right about that donkey. The Democrats definitely are jackasses. So you guys get down to the comments and let me know, what do you think about Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about liberals, talking about LA, talking about immigration, and that immigration and immigrants should be happy and should be thankful that they're allowed to come here and work, be thankful that they're allowed to be here in America and give back, not burning down, destroying stuff, saying this is Mexico, it belonged to Mexico, and all this other nonsense, you know, attacking our soldiers, attacking everybody. All right? Get down in the comments and let me know what you think about it. What's going on, Scoop? What's going on, Reese? Hey, DJ Ace Productions, what's going on? Outlaw, what's up? All right, you guys, before I move on, let me go ahead and recognize super chats. Hi, Brown Eyes with the $2 super chat. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. So where are we at? We at the 50-minute mark. Okay, good. I'm keeping time. All right, so let's move on to what we're here to talk about. And that's Israel. And this is what I got to say about Israel. I told you I had papers on my desk. This is what I have to say about Israel. Israel, okay, I have absolutely no idea why Israel is our biggest ally in the Middle East. I have absolutely no idea. When I tell you I can be very, very, very astute in everything else, except for finding the reason why we are Israel's ally, or why they're our top ally, why we're their top ally. I can't find it. Like, I can't find it. I see all these people say different things, and I can't find the reason. Okay, if any of you guys know, put it in chat. All right, what's up, Mr. Campbell? What's up, Andrea? If any of you guys know, put it in the chat. Why are we Israel's biggest ally? Why? Foothold for the Middle East? Okay. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. However, we know that Israel decided that they were going to go ahead and do what they need to do with Iran. Okay, so Israel and Iran are technically settled at war. I think Iran definitely doesn't want to go to war with Israel because they don't want to go to war with America. I don't care what it looks like. America is always, from what I'm seeing, is always going to back Israel. So I don't think Iran really wants that trouble. I really don't. I think Iran boisters and postures a certain way, but I don't think they want that trouble. I could be wrong, but I don't think they want that trouble. All right. However, this week we watched missiles fly on both sides. We watched Iran, their news station, their top news station, get bombed. We watched Iran send bombs to Israel. Okay. And now they are deciding to escalate. Now, I think Donald Trump is going to de-escalate the situation. I really do. But just in case, we got some things in place. But before I get to that, I want to show you guys exactly what BB, okay, what BB had to say about the situation. Here we go.
It's Tel Aviv. Tomorrow it's New York. I understand America first. I don't understand America dead. That's what these people want. They chant death to America. So we're doing something that is in the service of mankind, of humanity, and it's a battle of good against evil. America should and does stand with the good. That's what President Trump is doing, and I deeply appreciate his support.
John Carl joins me now. So, John, what else did he say about President Trump and how he wants the U.S. to play a role here, or did he?
Well, look, he praised President Trump over and over again in this interview. He knows that he needs the United States support, at least in terms of doing what the U.S. is doing now, which is helping Israel defend itself from those retaliatory attacks from Iran. So it was all couched in a thank you, President Trump. You've been Israel's best friend, but he made it clear that he would like to see more. He didn't come out and directly say it in those ways, but what you heard, what you played right there, I understand America first. I don't understand America dead. He is really speaking to those in the Trump movement, those in the MAGA movement who are adamantly opposed to the United States getting involved in another Middle East conflict. And as you know, Kira, there are some prominent voices, supporters, outside advisors of Donald Trump who are saying, don't get involved. The United States can't be involved. You campaigned against forever wars. People like Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk. Those are, close supporters of Donald Trump who are saying that they don't think the United States should be involved in this. And Netanyahu, it seemed to me, by using their language, I understand America first, I don't understand America dead, was speaking directly to Donald Trump and to his supporters who are critical of what Israel is doing.
So essentially, Bibi is over here trying to talk to people like us, okay? He wants MAGA supporters to support this. We don't want to be any more wars, okay? And online, it's called Let Israel, okay? And the reason why it's called Let Israel, because they want, all of the MAGA supporters are saying, hey, let Israel fight if they want to. Let them do it. Just don't ask, don't ask us to help. We don't want to be in a war. We don't want to do this. Stop asking for our help. We don't want to get involved, right? So you have him trying to use the language of America first and Trump supporters, and they should understand it's just, he's here to help, and I appreciate it. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. And it's splitting actual MAGA supporters right down the middle. Okay, because I believe that Donald Trump will do the best thing for America. However, it's still that small little percent of me that says America cannot stay out of something that Israel is in. Like, it can't. I don't know why, but it can't. Yes, I am, Ernest. Thank you. And so, with that being said, we say no. MAGA supporters, we say no. All right? We don't want it. We don't want it. But of course, that Israel isn't going to stop there. Bibi is determined to do what it needs to do. Bibi is determined to have all the help that he can get. Now, if you noticed in that, they talked about a lot of the prominent voices like Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson has been getting a lot of flack. And he's getting a lot of flack because he's being critical, okay? Tucker Carlson was critical of another Republican president, George Bush, which we know what those wars were for, okay? And so he's doing the same thing. And you can genuinely support somebody and disagree. I don't know why people feel like you can't disagree with them. So the liberals are having a field day with this, okay? The liberals are online saying, oh, MAGA's fighting, the girls are fighting. You know how they talk. All right? They're saying that we're fighting, but we're actually not. We just don't want war. And I'm sure everybody in the chat feels the same way. Okay? Zelensky wanted more money. And now Bibi want more money. Everybody wants America to do something. It's America first. All right? I don't understand it. I really don't understand why we're the first ally. However, it's America first. Okay? Nothing personal, just America first. Here's what Tucker Carlson had to say. Here we go.
I actually really love Trump. I think he's a deeply humane, kind person. And I am saying this because I'm really afraid that my country's going to be further weakened by this. I think we're going to see the end of American empire, obviously. Other nations would like to see that, and this is a perfect way to scuttle the USS America on the shoals of Iran. But it's also going to end, I believe, Trump's presidency and effectively end it. And so that's why I'm saying this.
What do you mean by that? That's coming from you. That's
look, I knew Bush. I knew George W. Bush. We had, family connections to Bush. I knew Bush personally. I still see Bush sometimes. And, of course, he hates me, and he does because I criticized him on Iraq. And that war is the sum total, from a historical perspective, of his administration. But I knew him, and he had all kinds of plans for the things that he wanted to do. But once domestically
right.
To improve the country.
Right.
And you may agree or disagree, but like in his mind, he wasn't just about the invasion of Iraq in March of 2000.
No. He was going to redo Social Security. He had all this, all
100%.
types of. He was going to take care of the entitlements issue.
And he really thought it was going to work.
Yep.
And you could laugh at that or whatever, but the point is, the second you get enmeshed in a real war, not a fake, let's go bomb the villagers and declare success. So we don't even have a good track record. Like, why are the Houthis still there? I mean, there's a whole other question, which is how prepared is the U.S. military for a real conflict? And the answer is totally unprepared, scary unprepared. I don't think people understand that. But anyway, the only reason I'm saying any of this is because I really, really care.
And I do believe Tucker Carlson does. Now, here's the thing, right? Candace Owens, she decided to say something, and I don't know if you guys can see this here, but Candace Owens said, Israel has lost the propaganda war. No one believes Iranians are writing letters begging to be bombed, or that this war is anything other than Israel's imperialism. Okay? Send your own son and daughters. If Trump in any way places us into this conflict, it will ruin his legacy. And I believe it will. Because there are too many people that support Donald Trump that don't want him to enter the U.S. into a war, okay? We've had wars since I've been alive, okay? So yes, I do agree with Candace on that it will, okay? I do think that Donald Trump will do the right thing. I don't think he's going to drag us into a war. However, yeah, if he does that, I do think he will ruin his legacy. I honestly, truly do. I really do. So we'll see what happens with that, right? However, just in case, Congress decided that they would do a House resolution. Okay? Or a concurrent resolution. So what they want to do is they want to go and make a bill to where we cannot go to war with Iran, okay, for just no apparent reason. And I thought that was pretty good. Like, this was the first time I've seen the United States Congress actually do something this year. Hell, in the last couple of years. Okay? So that's what this is. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think? It says, this is a resolution to remove the United States Armed Forces from unauthorized hostilities in the Islamic Republic of Iran. Meaning, we're not going. We're not going to war. We're not doing any of that. And Congress is going to make it so. Because as Patrick Crockett likes to say, we hold the purse. We hold the purse. It ain't never left, baby. It ain't never left. Okay. Well, now Congress has actually done something with that purse, with that power. Okay. And I actually agree with this. Because I don't think that we should be, spending money that we don't even have. We're already in debt because of the illegals and Kamala. Okay, I'm going to blame Kamala for all of it. It's her fault. Okay. Joe was asleep. She may have been away, cooking greens, but she was very much awake. And she let it happen as well. Talking about she been to the border when she hadn't been to the border. So we're already in debt with that. Okay. You see what Brandon Johnson is trying to do and all that other stuff. And you want us to do what? No. Can't do it. Get somebody else to do it. Yeah. Get the UK. The UK do it. Get them. Right? Because we have to put America first. We have to do this. We don't have it. Like, we don't have it. No, don't ask the bar. No sugar. Nothing. We don't have it. Like, that's just it. We don't have it. And so at the end of the day, I agree with Tucker Carlson. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are mad at Tucker Carlson because it's like he's coming out against Donald Trump, but I don't think he's against Donald Trump. I really do think he genuinely loves Donald Trump. And Donald Trump even shaded him on Truth Social. Okay, because Donald Trump is petty. I love it. However, it's not against Donald Trump. It's against what's going on. And so Donald Trump and others that don't want anyone to say anything has to come to the conclusion that most of the base does not want to go to war. We do not want to go to war. Okay? It has to be absolutely necessary for me to want to see people's children go to war. Like, I'm sorry. It has to be. Otherwise, why? Why would I care? Right? This is something that Israel is dealing with. Why would I care? I don't want anyone's children, babies, any of that. And I was so, it was touching that Donald Trump actually put up that post saying, to the Iranian people, get out, because they don't want to do a deal. And your people are going to pay for it. When Bibi goes and does what he does, his people are going to pay for it. They're running under underground bunkers, and they're afraid. It's a mess. The wars, I don't know why people want to do these things. Why these leaders would rather risk their people's lives. I've never understood that. But that's what they're doing. And so the U.S. Congress said, nope, we're not doing it. Get somebody else to do it. And I wholeheartedly agree. What do you guys think about all of that? Yeah, ABJ. He said he left. Talk about Tucker Carlson. He said he left Fox News because it was propaganda. Which it's cable news. I don't doubt it. They're all the same. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're one of the better cable news channels, but they all have an agenda. That's why independent media is so important right now. Okay, Megyn Kelly left. Everybody left. Hell, even Pete Hegseth left. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're not going to war. We don't want the wars. And Donald Trump, I think, is really trying to broker peace. I really do think Donald Trump is trying to broker peace. He tried to sit with Iran because he knew what the other side was trying to do. It was up to Iran. They didn't sign a deal. Okay, you didn't sign a deal. But it's going to be your people that are going to pay for it. And it's unfortunate. As well as the Israeli people. They're going to pay for whatever, Bibi gets them into. And it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. So you guys get down in the comments and let me know what you think about all of that. I'm seeing you guys' comments in the chat. Hey, Renee. Robert, you say you don't trust Congress? Yeah, I don't trust Congress either, but I do like what they're proposing. So I can't hate on it. Two things can be true. Congress is trash, but this is actually good. Most of the times I want those tomatoes, but this was actually good. Protect our interests. That's what we put you there in Congress for, right? I trust Trump as well. Yep, Shadow, I agree. So, you guys, I feel a way about all of that. I feel a way about Brandon Johnson and his nonsense and his mohawk. Like it's never really been a mohawk. All right. It's always been like a speed bump, maybe. It's not a mohawk. However, it's similar. I don't like Brandon Johnson. I think he's a horrible mayor. I think he's done the people of Chicago wrong, black and white. Okay. Chicago people don't even own their own streets. And now they're doing everything they possibly can for the illegals while trying to say they're going to give reparations of $4 million. And they're not giving anything. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about all of the drama with Israel. Let me know what you think about Arnold Schwarzenegger going on these liberal platforms. Okay. Just tearing them all up, cooking for the most part, saying what he got to say. Let me know what you think about the mayoral candidate that is the current NYC comptroller who got arrested for going arm in arm, lockstep with an illegal alien. Something that he would never do for anybody else in New York City. Okay. Never seen it. Never in my life. But all the Congress people are doing it. LaMonica, all right, she's out here pushing people with her fupa. All right. They're all doing it because they want to be seen. Let me know what you guys thought about all the things we talked about today. All right. And let me get to this last super chat. The $5 super chat, Magnetar. Don't worry, government workers, to include y'all's favorite federal worker, will get the blame. Should put all the blame. I took my resume. What? Magnetar. Y'all are wild. Look, at the end of the day, the federal workers, the ones that do good work, that actually come to work, that actually pick up the phone, that don't have an attitude, we love them. The ones that haven't been there for, I don't know, years, the ones that don't do absolutely anything, and the one day that they have to come to work, they have an attitude, we don't like them. Okay. And we're glad they're gone. Save money. You guys, the chat is wild. You guys, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate every last one of you guys. I really do. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. And we got a super chat from Chavez. $5 super chat. Great live stream. Love it. Like you would love for me not to call Jasmine Crockett Minaj. You had to say it off my screen. Thank you for the super chat, Travis. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who pulled up today. I appreciate everybody who liked, commented, subscribed, that's in the chat talking. We had good combo today, healthy combo. I appreciate it. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are funny. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Magnetar. Thank you, Scoop. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, I Am. Thank you, Judd. Thank you. I can't really pronounce it, but Calarijo. I think I said it right. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate it. Thank you, ABJ. Thank you, Yakar. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Donna. Hey, Donna. Thank you, Janella. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Spaces. Let's see. Rob Maddock. Thank you. Thank you, Shadow. Let's see who else we got up in here. Thank you, Artifacts. Thank you, Quentin. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Christopher. I'm going to say this is V-E. Thank you very much. Thank you, Depth. Thank you, Scoop. Let's see. Thank you, Ian. Let's see. Thank you, Magnetar. Thank you, Outlaw. Woo, we had a bunch of people in today. Thank you, Blackbird. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tony B. ABJ, D Gunner, DJ Vapor, DJ Ace. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Mr. Campbell, I appreciate you. Miss Brown Eyes, thank you. Losoe, thank you so much. And if anybody I forgot, I apologize. But I think I got a lot of you. Miss Brown Eyes, Michelle. Thank you all. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Kay Cooper. Thank you, Trace. I think I got mostly everybody. Thank you, Brother OG. Thank you, Ricky. Yep, I think I got mostly everybody. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys pulling up today. It was a good political Tuesday. We got through some of this stuff, and we'll be back on Thursday for another live stream. Until then, thank you. I appreciate you. It's your girl Mika, and I'm out. Peace.